I'm hearing reports again that colloidal silver products can boost the immune system, rid you of colds and flus, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But do colloidal silver products really work? And are they safe? In the next few minutes, I want to show you what I found when I looked into this. Let's go. So, colloidal silver, you may or may not be aware of it, but it's essentially microscopic silver particles suspended in a liquid. It has been used for hundreds and hundreds of years, and at least in America up until about the 1940s when antibiotics were widely used. That's why they traditionally use this stuff as a primitive antibiotic. Whether or not it really worked as an antibiotic is debatable, but again, we don't use it in America technically anymore for antibiotic reasons. I can't stress that over and over again. I saw that silver is not an essential mineral, and by that I mean it appears to serve no known function in the human body. Other minerals like iron and stuff like that, they'll have known functions. Silver does not appear to have any known function in the human body. Now, I can tell you that I did see some research studies out there showing that when applied topically, colloidal silver products may aid in speeding wound healing. I saw research saying yes and saying no, but I'm trying to be unbiased here and say, here is a meta-analysis saying there may be something to it. That said, if you're thinking of applying silver products to your skin, you might want to hold off. I want to tell you about a side effect that I think you should be aware of. Hold your thought for a second. I'm going to talk about that. The colloidal silver products, I wouldn't exactly call them supplements, but I'm not exactly sure what else to call them. But these are things that you take internally. And again, they are promoted to treat a number of things, colds and flus being the very popular thing these days, but perhaps they're touted to do other things as well. Again, cancer, gallbladder issues, sinus issues, etc., etc. When I looked into this, I cannot find any human clinical evidence that colloidal silver products do anything like this. And when I say human clinical proof, I mean you give the colloidal product to humans, you follow them for a period of time, and you see if their problem got better. I can't find any of that. It doesn't mean it's not out there. It just means that I cannot find it, and I did look. So take that for what it is. That's a question you need to be asking yourself and the people out there who do say that colloidal silver products do X, Y, and Z. Show me the human clinical proof, not research on mice, not research on test tubes or anything like that or cells. Humans, because we're people. Okay, I did see, for instance, I did see some research that it may actually help breast cancer cells, be toxic to breast cancer cells, but that's cells in a petri dish. We're not cells in a petri dish. We're people. We're much more complicated than a test tube study, essentially. So again, human clinical proof, can't find it, and that's what another reason I wanted to bring this to your attention. Now, as far back as 1999, the FDA made a statement and basically said, we don't recognize colloidal silver products as safe, and we can't find any evidence that it does what it is claimed to do. There's, again, what I just said, no human clinical research on this, which again makes me wonder why, because there are people out there saying it does this and that and the other thing. Why aren't anybody testing to see if it does this, that, and the other thing? Again, that research appears to be lacking. In terms of side effects, I think there may be some side effects, and I'll point them out in a second. A couple reports that I will bring your attention would be this report of a guy who drank essentially 16 ounces of a colloidal silver product over the course of 4 hours, and he wound up in the hospital. Here's another report of a young lady who used a colloidal silver product for internal cleansing, wound up with some sort of a blood vessel disorder. Again, these are reports, and that's where we get a lot of these potential side effects, just people who wound up in the hospital with strange things happening to them. Now, I do think the side effects that people may experience are going to be related to the amount of silver in the product and the length of time they use it. The most common side effect, and this is what I wanted to call your attention to earlier, even in terms of putting it on your skin, the skin appears to change color, and it is normally described as looking bluish or grayish or blue-grayish. This skin discoloration appears to be permanent. And that's why I would even be cautious of applying it to your skin long term. If you just go on your search engine of choice and you just type in colloidal silver, bluish, grayish skin, and look at, say, the pictures, you'll see what I'm talking about. It is a little disturbing, so definitely look into that. I did see some other reports that maybe silver is toxic to the kidneys, maybe the livers, maybe the neurological system. And again, that's something to keep in the back of your mind. If you have any other issues like that, you probably want to stay clear of this. One report even talked about how the kidney cells actually had dark spots that you could see with your eyes when they took biopsies of the kidney. So that's, again, a little disconcerting. More disconcerting to me would be anyone who takes colloidal silver products while they're pregnant. There is preliminary research that silver may cross the placenta and may not be safe for babies. Again, not a lot of pregnancy baby research and breastfeeding research out there, so I can't stress it more seriously. You want to talk to your doctor if you're pregnant or breastfeeding before trying these products. Again, there may also be some malabsorption of various minerals. For instance, iodine I saw time and time again. And also perhaps some interactions with antibiotics and thyroid medicine. Again, if you're thinking of taking this, you want to run it by your doctor. Again, I can't find any known research on humans that colloidal silver products do what they are touted to do on the internet. So I hope this answers your questions and your concerns. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below and I'll try to help you myself. Feel free to share this with your friends and family if they're thinking about trying these products. Again, hopefully you've taken some value of this. Until next time, gang, I'm Joe Cannon. Go out, be safe, and where you can, try to make a difference.